So you're very involved in the community.
Very involved. I want to tell you, if we have time, about a thing I've been doing for the last 7 years that really have my wife and I personal stamp. Is about 7 years ago, the Consul General of Israel in town, Ehud Danoch, it was the Second Lebanon War, and he had arranged a rally for Israel. He was able to bring the governor, Schwarzenegger, and Villagrosa, the mayor, and some congressmen, and they closed Wilshire Boulevard. But very few people came, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 Jewish community came and very few Israelis. And he was extremely disappointed that no Israeli showed up. Because he knew that Israelis love Israel, so how come they're not here? He figured out they're not here because nobody can communicate with them, nobody can rally them. There is a void in the communication with the Israeli community. He came to about 8 business people that were already involved in some kind of philanthropy. Is it Stand With Us? Is it APEC? Is it AJC? And said, could you galvanize the Israeli community in town? Can you make sure that we can communicate, we can rally them? And he gave us the job. We didn't know exactly what to do, but we said we will do that. And we sat together. It took us a few years, but we came with the following mission statement. So we want to reach Israeli Americans, wherever they are in America, where they live, where the kids go to school, wherever they work, wherever they eat, wherever they entertain themselves. We want to reach them, galvanize them into one community that is strong, influential, philanthropic. We want to teach them philanthropy. And all that for what? We have 3 missions. Number one mission is to ensure Jewish and Israeli identity of our future generations. That our kids, and not just our kids, but the Jewish community kids as well, will stay Jewish with Israeliness, with that spirit of independence, of fighter that is unique to the Israelis. We want this to be part of the Jewish genes into the future. So this is mission number 1. Mission number 2 is to strengthen the state of Israel. From here, we want to be ambassadors, we want to be advocates for the state of Israel. We want to make sure the relationship between the United States and Israel are very strong, that they're strong allies. So whatever we can do from here, through participation in other organizations such as Stand With Us and APEC and AJC,
right,
or on our own, whatever we can do is to strengthen the alliance and strengthen the state of Israel. And the third mission is to merge between the Israeli-American community and the Jewish community. We don't want to build ourselves as a separate community. We want our leader to lead our people into the Jewish community and be part of the Jewish community and influence the Jewish community from within.
Sounds like a great role, goal, responsibility. And it's working out.
It's working. We started.
What's the name of it?
It's the Israeli-American Council. And Israeli-American, it's because we are American citizens from Israeli descent. We are not an Israeli, we're not a foreign group, we're Americans.
Sure.
Same thing, the Jewish are Americans. We're Americans from Israeli descent. We have established that council in LA 7 years ago. It has done tremendously. It's reaching thousands, tens of thousands in LA. And in the last 6 months, we started a national campaign to expand it and build it in other major cities, and it's going phenomenal. So far, since about November, we have established already 4 new councils, 1 in Miami, 1 in New York, 1 in Boston, and 1 in Las Vegas. And
so if people want, if there's Israeli American citizens that are watching this today, want to get involved, who do they contact, what do they do?
The name of the organization is the Israeli American Council. I think our website is theisraeliamerican.org. They can find us on any organization. We have programs that are for every age group, locally or nationwide, for every type of interest. It can be educational, it can be cultural, it can be musical, it can be religious. Whatever our community wants, content, we will give them content. And we also do community-wide events. We are doing the Celebrate Israel Independence Day. We have done it for the last 2 years here at the Pan Pacific Park.
Right.
We brought, in the last 2 years, 20,000 people to the park.
Oh my goodness.
It's May 19, and it's Israeli American and Jewish Americans. We take over, we do a rally in the morning, rally through Pico, and then we go into the park for all the activities, tents, activities, entertainments,
Wow.
ceremonies, and 20,000 people, Jews and Israelis, are going to gather together to celebrate the Independence Day of Israel.
Adam, that's quite a lot that you're doing.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank
It's just
you.
the beginning. You know, I can tell you about 50 more.
Well, you'll have to come back and tell us the other 50.
No problem. My pleasure. But thank you.
Well,
I enjoy what I'm doing. That's the most important thing.
You're doing terrific things for our people and our community, and we all thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
And thank you for making a difference.